Hello, DAZ users. This is Not From This World, and I want to welcome you to my tutorials on DAZ Studio, where I try and make DAZ more pleasant and fun for you to use. I also want to make this a community where we can all talk and share ideas, tips, and suggestions to make your DAZ experience even better. Now, for today's tutorial, I just want to give a heads up to something that I've been reading in the forums, and that is some concerns regarding GPU usage of your computer and the current Genesis 9 character. I have read several forums where people are having trouble using their GPU to render pictures that have Genesis 9 and some Genesis 9 clothing. Now, I've got my Milica character open here because, well, she's my mascot, and of course she is Genesis 8, but I thought I would just show you one of the things that you need to check when you're about to render is going to be your subdivision level. So Milica, even though she's Genesis 8, we want to make sure that her subdivision level is at a point where we can use our GPU. I'm just going to go to wire shaded, and remember your subdivision level is going to be under parameters, and just select your character. And once your character is selected, just scroll down a few tabs down and you'll find subdivision level. I'm sure most of you know that the subdivision level is going to increase or decrease the amount of polygons we have in the character. So if I zoom in here to Milica's knee, you'll notice that we have a certain amount of polygons. And then if I increase this, we're going to increase the amount of polygons. So right now it's set at subdivision 1. If I go up to 2, you can see that we increase those polygons. Up to 3, we get even more, and so on. Now, the more polygons you have for a product, the longer it's going to take to render because there's more detail, and the greater likelihood you're going to have of dropping your GPU down and only using your CPU. So in most cases, we're going to keep this subdivision low. So I'm going to go back to subdivision 1 or even subdivision 0, perhaps for certain characters. I'm going to leave Milica at subdivision 1 because that gives her enough polygons for the detail that I care about. You know, if you need a very detailed picture, you're going to want to raise that subdivision level up. But for most pictures, I'm going to keep it around 1 or 2. I have been reading that many recent Genesis 9 characters and their clothes may have a higher subdivision level. And remember, if your subdivision level gets up, I believe it's past 3, your GPU is not going to be able to handle that pretty much no matter what computer you have, and you're going to default back to CPU. So one of the ways that we can fix this issue is to take those higher subdivision levels of your character and lower them down to 1 or 2. Now, we do have some issue with clothing, and I think some of the recent clothing has such a high resolution level that we're going to have to do some other things to keep the render using the GPU. And that's going to require perhaps using this scene optimizer. Now, I'm going to make a video on Scene Optimizer for Friday's video this week, and we're going to talk about how to use Scene Optimizer to get the best quality render that you can as fast as you can. This is a pretty cool product, and if you have a huge scene, we can knock down render times quite a bit by lowering the resolution of background, products, clothing, characters, that kind of thing. So I will be showing you this on Friday. So I just wanted to give this quick heads up. Tuesdays are usually my challenge video. So my challenge is for you to just double check that you are still using your GPU in your render. If your renders are going quite a long time, you are probably dropping to CPU. For example, I was just trying to render some stuff last night. I have a scene where it takes over 2 hours to render. So hopefully Scene Optimizer will take care of those kind of things. But make sure if you're using Genesis 9 that you are dropping that subdivision level down to a level that your GPU can handle. Okay, so that'll about do it for my Tuesday video. If you have any comments on Scene Optimizer, let me know how you like it. Let me know what you want to see with it for Friday's video. And let me know if you've had any trouble rendering with your GPU. It seems to be something that's just kind of coming up. Perhaps they're making higher quality characters and clothing that are just starting to bog down our GPUs. I only have a 3070 card, so I'm not at the highest level, but I've read that even people with higher level graphics cards are still having some issues with this. So sounds like Daz is trying to step up on their quality, but it's taken a toll on our GPUs. All right, until Friday, I hope you have a wonderful time rendering. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you haven't, and give me those comments. I love to read them. All right, until next time, happy rendering.